But now I'm just a high school teacher. Worthless loser.
My goodness. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. This is Brandon here coming to you with another Victorious reaction. I'm still enjoying this series, and I hope you are as well. This one is called Tori Tortures Teacher. Don't know what that's about other than what is given in the title. I'm guessing there's going to be some torture of some kind here. And I see a lot of the cast. I see Robbie, Beck, and Jade, and Tori, and Andre, and Mr. Sikowitz. I'm wondering, is he the teacher in reference in the title? Not sure, but we're going to find out here together. If you're not subscribed to the channel, take a minute and subscribe using the button below. I really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to give the video a like and comment down below. Let me know what you thought of my reaction once you finish the video, but let's go ahead and get into this episode.
What?
Okay.
Really? What's up? All right, okay.
And, of course, the joke is they're sitting right beside each other with their pair phones, not their Apple phones, but their pair phones. And I've seen people do this before. They're sitting literally a few inches from each other, and yet they're texting each other. I've seen that done plenty of times before.
What? What? Okay. You want to go there?
I wonder what that text fighting about.
Let's ask him.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you guys.
Stay out of there.
Back off!
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't know if I would really mess with them, especially with Jade involved. She's kind of a loose cannon to begin with, and she's clearly upset with Beck and vice versa. I would probably just stay out of it.
I'd rather not get involved.
I think that's best.
Yeah.
Hey, Kat.
Cat.
Hi, everyone. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Isn't.
Isn't who?
Isn't life amazing? I know.
Okay, and you guys kind of warned me about this in the comments of previous Victorious reactions that as the seasons go on, Kat gets worse. Let's just leave it at that. She gets worse. And I can definitely see that come out here.
Good morning, people.
And here he is barefoot again, and he's walking in right when the bell rings. He better have a good excuse. Now, is that a potential firing? That by itself, if he doesn't do this a lot, which I haven't seen him be late. I've seen him do other things, but he's usually there when class starts or before class starts. But if he's doing that all the time, it would be a potential firing. But right now, no. Let's see what happens here.
Hey, what you got there? Yeah, what you got there?
What you got there? This is a one-cup coffee maker, a gift to me from our esteemed principal.
What is it, your birthday or something?
My anniversary. 10 years teaching here at Hollywood Arts.
Okay, all right. And you know, I will say that this is not unrealistic at all. The principal does typically give gifts. When I was principal, I would typically give at least a Christmas gift to the entire staff. I did that a lot. I also would give everybody all sorts of stuff during Teacher Appreciation Week, but I would typically do that, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that part of it, and giving people little gifts for different things. For a 10-year anniversary, I've never seen that done, but you could. That would be very realistic.
Wait, it's your 10-year anniversary teaching here, and they gave you a one-cup coffee maker?
And I don't know, I thought it was pretty nice. I mean, I don't know what he would be expecting for teaching there 10 years. There are, at a lot of schools, there are a lot of people that have taught there for that long, but I think a gift would be appropriate. And, you know, a pretty good sized coffee maker from the principal, I think that would be a good gift. I would be happy to receive it.
Oh, come on. For his 10-year teaching anniversary, you guys don't think Sikowitz deserves a better present than a one-cup coffee maker?
They should have got him a pair of shoes.
Oh man, I actually agree with Rex here. And I'll say it only one more time. A coffee maker like that, you might compare that to a Keurig, but of course they can't call it that. But I think that was a pretty good gift. Again, I would be excited to receive that upon teaching somewhere 10 years. I'm not sure what Tori is expecting or what she's going to do here, but let's see.
You guys, Sikowitz is an acting teacher. If you want to do something nice for him, why don't you take him out to see a really good play?
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, that is good.
Fine idea.
Oh, hey, My mom and dad saw a play at the Melrose Playhouse. They said it was amazing.
All right, so apparently they're going to take Sikowitz out to a play. I will say it would be far better for them to just give him tickets to the play rather than take him. I'm not going to say it's 100% inappropriate, but it does open the door to some issues. I think it would be, again, better for them to just simply buy the tickets and give them to him. Sikowitz really has to be careful, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him going to the play and them being there or them treating him, but it just opens the door to other comments about that and ethical issues. But that on its own is not necessarily an issue. But if I were Sikowitz, I would certainly thank them and be very appreciative, but also maybe suggest that they give me the tickets or arrange something else. I'm not sure what they've arranged here, so I won't pass judgment on it quite yet, but let's keep going.
What? Sorry, what?
Oh my goodness.
You read me?
I must say, it's extremely kind of you teenagers to take me to the theater like this.
You deserve it after 10 years of being a teacher.
Thank you, sir. So, what's this play about?
I'm not even sure.
It's about an artist who faces a major life crisis.
Ah?
I had dreams of doing something special with my life, but now I'm just a high school teacher. Worthless loser.
My goodness. And, you know, there are many, many, many high school teachers out there. You might be a high school teacher watching this very video. If you are, interestingly enough, comment down below. Let me know that you are. But this actor suggests that that alone makes you a loser or whatever he said. I was a high school teacher for a long time and a high school assistant principal and a high school principal and other administrative roles. So I completely disagree. And being a high school teacher is a difficult job. It's not an easy job. And Sikowitz sitting here listening to this is not going to feel great about this. I don't know if this is where the torture comes from the episode title. I do remember the random still frame from the beginning being something like this, but he's looking over at Tori like, what are you doing? It's pretty funny.
Frittering my days away in a stupid classroom with a bunch of snot-nosed teenagers? That's no life for a man!
What?
Okay, look at teaching as a temporary thing.
It's been 10 years, Randy.
10 years.
10 years! Watching my friends have rewarding lives while I'm nothing but a stinking high school teacher.
And just hearing that doesn't even sound right. Right? So being a high school teacher, in my opinion, is a very respectable and noble profession. We need that. We have millions and millions of people going through high school all the time, and they need teachers. They need high quality educators. And it is rewarding in its own way. Most states also have a good retirement program and competitive salary and other perks and things like that. Most teachers do not have to work over much of the summer. They just have their 10-month contract divided into 12-month payments, and they can go out and do whatever they want. They can work other jobs if they want or do other things to earn money or just go on a vacation or whatever. It's not a bad gig. It's really not.
Great play, Tori. Good call.
I didn't know.
At least you're not bald.
And you see Andre here. He says that this actor or this character was a loser because he was a high school teacher, and then because he's been there 10 years, just like Sikowitz. And then he says, at least you're not bald. And of course, you know, Sikowitz is. Oh boy.
Mike? Dude. Come on, buddy.
All right, and Tori usually puts a little update on the slap between scenes. This one says Sikowitz is late for class. I have seen, unfortunately, teachers where they'll have some sort of personal issue going on that will impact their performance. Stuff like being late for class, being late for your own class that you teach. That would be a serious issue. Most of the time in the morning, teachers are supposed to be at school roughly maybe 30 minutes before class starts to help receive the students, and they might have morning duty. But to miss all that and be late for the first class where students are sitting there and you're not there and there's a supervision issue, that's a problem. And it may end up being a potential firing here. Now, if it happens once, you're not going to be fired for that. But if it happens and the principal talks to you about it and it happens a couple more times, that is a possibility of being fired or having some other action taken against you. But let's see what happens here.
Man, Sikowitz is 10 minutes late.
Where is he? Maybe he locked himself in a dark closet because you forced him to go see a play that made his whole life seem like a big fat pile of garbage.
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna have a banana.
I'm impressed that they're just sitting here, which I will say the art school that I was an administrator at, which if you don't know, most of you know, I spent 2 years of my career as an administrator at an art school exactly like Hollywood Arts, or very much like it. Students would do this. We didn't have the same behavior issues as we did at other high schools that I've worked at, for example. Not nearly as many of the serious issues you might have at a traditional high school, but you did have issues. They were just different ones. And I could see students just sitting here, sitting here calmly waiting for the teacher. Now, in other schools that I've worked at, you would have just pandemonium going on with no one there. But in an art school like this, I could see this happening. Now, I'm holding off on the potential firing for a minute. Let's see what happens next, but we may get there. Let's see. Okay, he's here.
Hey!
Hi.
So, Sikowitz, what you gonna teach us today? I mean, I don't know what to expect, but I bet it's gonna be fantastic.
Oh boy. Now, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? Here we go. Trying to pump him up.
Huh?
We're ready to learn.
Yeah, okay.
Oh boy.
Tori and, Elvis.
Okay, I'm calling it. This is a potential firing, and I hate to do that because I do feel sorry for Sikowitz here, but if you roll all this together, this is a potential firing. I'm sort of being lenient here. So at the very beginning, he walked in just as the bell was ringing. Now, he should have been there before class because you've got students in there that do need to be supervised as they're coming in, and like I said before, most teachers are supposed to be there roughly 30 minutes before their class starts, and then he's not there. He's 10 minutes late or whatever they said. That's a serious issue. That's a supervision issue. You can get fired for just that, especially if something happens while no one's in the room. And then he just sits there and makes little noises like that and is obviously in emotional distress. I'm sorry, that's a potential firing. Now, when the school becomes aware, they're not just going to fire him, especially for just a little bit of this behavior. I have unfortunately seen this before where a teacher has an emotional issue and it affects their performance. Now, I have counseled many times these types of people in these types of situations, and it's sort of a double-edged sword. I will make them aware, hey, we noticed you showed up late, or we noticed that you weren't your normal self, or you didn't have a real lesson that day. That's an issue. However, the first conversation is usually, you want to tell me what's going on? You have something personal going on? Do you need to take a day off and then come back fresh and come back strong? Do you need, some time to go take care of yourself and then come back? Or is there anything I can do? Do you want to talk to our counselor? She can talk to you, or he can talk to you, and I will offer that support. Now, if it continues, you've got a lot of kids in there that are depending upon that teacher. So whatever they've got going on, yes, you'll offer support, but it's support so that they can get on track, so that they can teach. Because at the end of the day, that's why they're there. They're there to teach the kids, and the kids and their parents are depending on them to do that. So it's sort of a double-edged sword. Yes, you offer support, but it's, you do have to hold them accountable as well at the same time.
Get up on the, stage thing.
Okay.
This is not good.
Sure.
All right. What you want us to do?
Oh no.
A scene. You both have the same line. Life is pain.
Oh boy.
So you just keep saying that to each other.
Oh no.
Over and over.
Yeah. He may be fired for this, especially if it goes on beyond this one little time frame. But we're going to just wrap it into the same potential firing. It's really sad. I have seen teachers have something happen to them, not going to a play and getting discouraged about their jobs, but I have seen teachers, usually it's some sort of relationship issue, or they had someone close to them pass away. Even a couple of times I've went to a teacher and said, look, just go home for the rest of the day. Get yourself together and then come back. If you need to take more time, let me know. We'll work it out. But you can't have a teacher in this state behaving this way. It kind of reminds me of an episode of Drake and Josh. I don't remember the correct episode, but I'm sure it's up on the screen, where you had Miss Alterman or I can't remember her name, but she basically just curled up in a ball on the desk and was crying hysterically.
Blue skies.
What? You can't do that. However much you may need help, you cannot do that in front of students.
Do it. Action.
Oh boy.
Life is pain.
Life is pain.
It
Oh, my
certainly
goodness.
is, Ding. There's the bell. Class dismissed.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's another potential firing. That's a whole separate one. We're on potential firing number 2. Really for 2 reasons. Number 1, you can't dismiss class before it's actually time. That's a supervision issue. I've seen that happen before, and it has the potential to cause problems because you're not supervising the kids, and no one's supervising the kids for that amount of time. And class just started. It's not as if it's 1 or 2 minutes before the bell, even though that would be an issue too, because I've seen plenty of situations where the kids will leave prematurely because they've been released, and they will proceed to get into trouble or get into a fight or do something else that they're not supposed to do, and then he like falls out the window intentionally in front of the kids. That's a second potential firing. That's number 2.
Way to go, Tori. You broke Sikowitz.
And at this point, you would go get an administrator. I mean, you would probably do that just from being 5 or 10 minutes late. You would go to the office and say, hey, Mr. Sikowitz is not here. Do we have a sub? And then they would send someone to stand in for him, call Sikowitz and say, where are you? Are you coming into work today? Were you too sick to call us? What's going on? And then they would have someone sub or have someone stand in for him until he got there.
I did not break Sikowitz.
Now, it is unfortunate, and it is Tori's fault that they went to see that particular play with those particular lines, but Sikowitz is responsible for his own behavior. I do want to make that clear. It sort of stinks what happened with him and how that play affected him, but he is responsible for regulating his own emotions and his own behavior. He's the adult in the situation. These are kids, so he is ultimately responsible.
I did not break Sikowitz. I broke Sikowitz.
There's Lane. Maybe Lane can help him, and I'm almost giving him another potential firing here, but this is not quite one. It's just very odd behavior, and it's behavior that doesn't need to take place in front of the kids. Many of you comment in my videos when I say things are an issue, and you say, no, that wouldn't be an issue, or no, that wouldn't be an issue. Educators often have a higher standard for their behavior, even outside of school, because of the ethical issue with kids and interactions with kids that take place both on and off campus. That's why I mentioned him going to the play with them. Now, from what I saw, that would probably be fine, but most educators I know, including myself, probably would not put themselves in that position, but it was a nice gesture nonetheless. But with Lane here, I'm hoping Lane will offer to help him. Let's see.
What did you do to him?
Lane.
I took him to see a play, but the play was about a man who hates his life because he's a high school teacher.
Well, that was cruel.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of was, even though she didn't know. She just figured any random play will be fine that takes place there. I would have at least found out what is the name of the play and did a little bit of research. Now, I kind of had a shocked face a moment ago because I thought Lane was just going to walk off. Hopefully, Lane will help him in some way here.
I didn't know what the play was about.
It was still cruel.
Okay, how about a little guidance, counselor?
Talk to him.
How about you talk to him, Lane? If you see an educator like this, you immediately get them up and go to the office or your office and offer to help. Now, school counselors are there primarily for the students, and they're there to, yes, provide counseling and deal with things like grades and transcripts and college admissions and things like that and career guidance. But I have seen them help staff members too. It's a little more rare, but I have in a couple of different schools seen it where a staff member has a serious issue, and while the counselor isn't automatically expected to help with that, they often go above and beyond and at least talking to them and say like, hey, can I help you talk through this, or can I refer you to an outside counselor or therapist if you want to deal with this in another way? I have seen that done before. And he just walks away. I won't say that's a potential firing for Lane, but that's really not good practice for a school counselor.
How's that coconut?
Round, hairy.
And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I mean, for him to be sitting there like that is just really weird. Having him sit there and have Tori sit there right beside him like that on the floor, that's probably a potential firing for that. It's just way too out there. Now, would he automatically be fired? No, but he could. I mean, he could. I know of schools where they are very strict about this sort of behavior, even interactions with students. She's rather close to him, sitting on the floor, which is just really, really odd and does not set a professional image for him. He shouldn't be doing this, and Lane should have taken him to the office or his office so that he wouldn't be in this strange position.
I'm sorry we took you to that play.
Why sorry? I loved it.
Well, just because it was about you loved it?
Mm-hmm.
But you're all depressed.
Does it show?
And if he's admitting to her that he's depressed, I mean, that's sort of inappropriate, and he should be speaking to someone. And again, Lane should have sort of helped. And I don't know how he could love the play that much because he walked out in the middle of it. I don't think he even saw that much of it, but hopefully this doesn't motivate him to like quit teaching or something like that.
What's wrong?
Well, see, I was dating this woman, and during the play, she sent me a text message. She dumped me, and she's moving to Fresno.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you know, I hate to do this. I really hate to do this, but I'm going to have to give him another potential firing. He does not need to be discussing his relationship issues with a student. I've seen staff members do that before.
Why can't you drive the bus?
My girlfriend dumped me. My life is over.
I've seen staff members get in trouble for doing that before, for discussing their relationship with another adult who doesn't have anything to do with the school, with students. It's just not professional. Once again, educators have a higher standard than most people think when it comes to their own behavior, especially when it comes to interacting with students. This would be another potential firing. I sort of feel bad because Sikowitz is obviously going through a tough time, but that would be the reality.
No, I meant that we thought you were depressed because the play was about a high school teacher who's a sad, pathetic loser. And nothing.
Careful, Tori.
It's all right. I love being a teacher.
Well, I'm sorry our lady bailed on you.
It is what it is.
Barefoot, that's gross.
What it is.
Yeah, he needs to watch it with that touching her, the little hand gesture and patting her head once probably would not get him fired on its own, but it could result in some discipline. You got to watch that. Auditions.
Ugh, unbelievable. Okay.
I still don't know what they're talking about.
Still fighting with Beck?
Oh, yeah. There.
Hair
Why'd you text
phones.
him?
I still don't know. I guess we're not meant to know.
Excuse me, will I be auditioning next?
Maybe.
Because I've been waiting for like 40 minutes and
Okay, take care now.
You're so good with people. So, why are we making a student film?
We're not.
So, why are we auditioning ladies to play Jessica?
Listen, this is Tori's idea, all right?
Oh, but all these ladies think they're auditioning for a role.
Here, open. Yeah, that's right. Cat likes cereal.
Need I say it? That's a potential suspension for Jade. You cannot shove cereal in someone's mouth involuntarily like that. Come on. You cannot do that. I'm guessing that they're doing this for Sikowitz. I do not like this idea. This is not good, but let's keep watching.
Good, good. Want some more? Want some more? Yeah.
That's so bad.
Any more questions?
That's so bad.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Ready for the next one?
Oh, okay. Auditioning next is Larissa Jensen.
Hi, where do I audition?
Down the hall, take a left, third door on your right.
Thanks. Can I use your restroom first?
No.
One time, my brother tried to fill our pool with garbage.
That's really interesting.
And that's a second potential suspension. You can't do that, Jade.
Rolling.
All right, what are they
Can
doing?
I ask, what is this film about?
I've asked her that 5 times.
And action!
Jessica, I feel so lonely.
Okay. At first I was sort of confused. I didn't know if they were trying to like find her for him or someone who looks like her, but my guess is this is a twisted way of helping him work out his feelings about this, whether he's actually going to say this to Jessica or having him just work it out in his mind, kind of forcing it by having him act it out in this scene, which I don't know why. I guess he was in such a troubled state he would agree to anything, but he's reading these lines over and over again for these people for this fake film, which it is really, really unprofessional to do this for all these ladies. They're going to be really mad when they find out that there's not necessarily a film to be made. But by having Sikowitz read these lines, he's sort of in a weird way forcing him to work it out. You know, I don't approve of how they're doing this, but I could see this maybe helping him in some way.
Why?
Because I'm alone.
No man should ever be alone.
You look beautiful in this moonlight.
What in the world?
Her hair.
What?
That's the line.
I love this little tablet, this pear tablet.
Or you stroke her hair.
Right. You look so beautiful in this moonlight.
And needless to say, this is really weird. I don't approve of this. I don't know that there's a potential suspension or a potential firing here. It's just really strange.
Oh, Jessica. You kissed.
Hey, cut. Come here.
What's going on? What's going on? I think there's going to be a potential suspension and or firing here. Let's see what she says.
Okay, so what do you think of her?
Why do you keep doing this?
What?
During every audition, you stop the scene right after the kiss, then yank me aside to ask me what I think.
Because I trust your...
And he didn't figure this out. He still thinks it's some sort of acting exercise. Like, what do I think of her as an actress? How did she do? What is my professional opinion of her acting? What in the world?
Opinion about...
Are you trying to find a woman for me to date? The truth.
Okay, yes.
Good Gandhi, why would you think I would need...
The lady you've been dating moved away and you've been so sad and depressed about it.
Tori, I'm not depressed because I miss Catherine.
Why have you been all...
I miss her pet.
What? This is really weird, and I want to hear the rest of this, but I think I have to give Tori a potential suspension and Sikowitz a potential firing here, and here's why. Tori is deliberately trying to manipulate Sikowitz. She's doing it from a good place, like her heart is in the right place, but she's still going way, way, way over the line of what a student-teacher relationship should be like, and she is manipulating him. She is trying to find a relationship for him, which is totally inappropriate. That's going to be a potential suspension for her, unfortunately. And as for Sikowitz, he agreed to do this and agreed to do this scene with this woman, which turned somewhat inappropriate. So him going along with this, with all these actresses at her behest after hours at the school, that's going to be yet another potential firing. I don't know how many we're up to now, but I'm sure the correct number is here on the screen.
Bunny.
Her pet?
Cutest little creature you ever saw.
My goodness.
Used to sit on my lap, hop around the apartment.
And he would have said this to her when they were eating or when they were in the cafeteria area, right? Surely this would have come up.
I'll never see that little fur ball ever again.
So...
It almost looks like the actor here is trying not to laugh. It's pretty funny.
The lady? You don't miss her at all?
Oh, no, she had sores on her neck.
Oh. Knock, he's coming!
Okay. Oh, they got him a bunny. But what about those 20 or 30 actresses they brought in? There would be a price to pay for that, and that's part of the reason I gave Tori the potential suspension earlier as well.
Well, my goodness, you've scampered far from home, haven't you?
Hey, Sikowitz.
Hello.
What you got there?
Well, I found this little rabbit. Just wandering about.
That is a big rabbit, first of all, not a little rabbit. And surely he knows. They all appeared out of nowhere beside this rabbit. Surely he knows.
So, why don't you take her home?
Oh, I'm not into rabbits.
What?
But you've been...
Oh, okay. He said he missed the pet Bunny. I'm guessing that the pet is a different animal and is just named Bunny. Maybe that's what we're about to hear.
depressed for days because you miss your ex-girlfriend's bunny.
Well, yes, but... Oh, you thought Bunny was a rabbit.
Well, yeah.
What was it, a cat, a dog?
No. Bunny's a cat.
Ah, there we go.
A cat?
Yes. The woman I was dating named her cat Bunny after her Aunt Bunny, who's dead.
But you told me it hopped all around.
Yes. She only had 3 legs. Poor kitty.
I knew it. A 3-legged cat. I knew that was coming.
He loved her cat.
Very much. But I'll get over it. Back to the wilderness you go.
Oh, boy. At least he's got shoes.
Okay, so here's the new plan.
No stress, no.
And, you know, probably pretty smart of them to say, like, I'm done. I'm done with this. Now what?
Gotta catch the bunny.
Is this it?
You wanna watch CSI?
That's pretty good. You gotta admit, he's sitting on like 4 cushions with a carrot. Kudos to whoever had to make him sit still for this.
Okay.
All right, well, that's the episode, Tori Tortures Teacher. Quite a few potential firings and suspensions in this episode. This might be a record, in fact, even more than the sleepover at Sikowitz's and all the other ones. I kind of hated to do that because of the state that Sikowitz was in. I felt bad for him, but you know, even teachers that are going through emotional issues, while the school may offer support and should offer support, there's still a point at which, okay, you know, we have a job to do. We have a job to do, and we owe it to the kids to do that job. So it's sort of a double-edged sword there. Hopefully you enjoyed my reaction. I enjoyed that one. I would give this episode probably a 10 out of 10. I don't know why. I just really liked this episode. Really spoke to me because of how often that I've dealt with different teachers and supporting them in all sorts of different ways, even in personal issues at times. But I'm going to end the video here. Thanks again for liking and commenting down below. Let me know what you thought, especially if you happen to be a high school teacher. Let me know that down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, especially if you tune in every Tuesday for these Victorious reactions. I hope that they last as long as they can. I'm going to be sad when it's done, just like I was with Ned's Declassified, but I'll put them all in a playlist just like this video currently is, so you can go back and review all of my previous reactions. But I'm going to end the video here. Thanks again for watching to the end, and I'll see you on my next video here on School Principal Reacts. As always, thanks for watching.